just one quick context. We're just going to talk about the colorful life that I have lived so far, how I got where I got. Take what you want. You do not have to live by my word. I wouldn't live by my word for some of the things. All right? Cool. So, I'm going to talk about building a life that resonates with you, not just with something that you can describe with a resume. All right, guys, I'm Geetika. For those of you who don't know me,
We know you.
right answer. Right answer. All right. And I'm the marketing manager here at Jungli, which means my job is to convince people to come live in the jungle. And look how well that's working. Look around, guys. Look around. Thank you. All right. Quick background. I was born in the last of the 80s, before Google, before Instagram, before your power-packed AIs could tell you who you could be in less than 60 seconds. But we had something way more powerful for that. We had a family who could tell us what to be, right? And that is what I was born with. As soon as I landed over here, I was given the blueprint, all right? Nothing that I chose. It was kind of told to me that, okay, this is how you're supposed to live your life. You got to study hard, get into a good college, get a swanky good job, keep climbing that ladder, get married, have kids, have EMIs that you can flaunt for whatever reason, and then you die respected. All right? That's the way to do it. That's my mom, that's my dad, if you couldn't tell.
Is that you?
Oh. This one, yeah. These are all me. And these are not AI photos, guys. These are real ones. So, I did what I was told. I was also the oldest daughter in a joint family. So, I was the project child. You know, you got to lead by example. Your younger siblings will do whatever you do. So, I did everything right until I didn't. Right? So I moved up in life. I climbed I had a sexy career. I did a lot of things which I thought were making me very happy. Like I made good money. I went out on the weekends. I lived the weekend life basically. Right? And I had a voice. I had my opinions that eventually ended up making a lot of people uncomfortable, in my house included. But it is what it is. So I was winning, right? I pretty much did win. But like with every win that I celebrated, I kind of realized little by little that I was winning, but why was I not happy? Right? Like I'm doing everything right, I'm checking all the check boxes. But what is going on? Like why am I not giddy in my stomach? Why am I not all hee all the time? Right? And that's when I realized that this is happening because I don't have dreams. I have goals. And there's a huge difference between the two because dreams come from inside. Goals are more on the outside. They're kind of like your stairway to your dreams, and I didn't have that. I was just doing what I was told until, oh wait, maybe it's too soon for that. What's next? Yes. It is in time for the until. So one day, after being in a good place for where I was, according to my age, my degrees, my promotions, my CTC, according to all of that, I was in a good place on paper. I was crushing it on paper. But then one evening, I sat in my beautiful balcony in Bangalore with this view. I don't know how many people can boast of a view like this in Bangalore. I realized something, that everything's great. Like on a checklist that I lived with for almost 34 years, everything was there. All the boxes are checked. But like what is happening? Why am I not feeling that again? The hee was missing in my life. Alright? That's the only thing I really wanted to solve for. And that is when it hit me that this cannot be my life. When I say this can't be my life, I'm talking about looking at career changes, like getting stuck in traffic diligently for 4 hours in a day, 2 hours going, 2 hours coming back, reporting to a boss I don't like, doing work which honestly I didn't give a shit about. Selling somebody else's products, I did not like the products, I did not like the services. I was just like, okay, what am I doing this for? And that's when it hit me that I have been kind of following the checklist that was handed to me. It has nothing to do with what I want, who I am, or anything about me. It's got nothing to do with me. But still, I had spent 35 years of my life doing things that I was told to do, right? And that is when I had another realization that even if nobody else sat me down and nobody asked me, okay, what do we do to make you happy, or how do you want to live your life? I didn't do that either. I was also never, ever, I also did not sit down and be like, okay, what is going to make me happy? What should I do? Like, why am I not enjoying my life? I've got everything sorted. I've got good friends. I make good money. I have a dog that loves me. I love him too. And probably the only successful relationship back then was me and my dog, because we both knew we loved each other. So still, like, it was just something that did not make sense to me, right? And that's when I sat down. That was the first time I sat down and I said to myself, these 5 magical words that changed my life. That this cannot be my life. I don't want to be one of those angry dads from Hindi serials who slog their asses the whole day, come back home, eat quietly, go to sleep, only to repeat that cycle again. I am not that dad. I don't even have any TRPs to support this, right? I don't want to live my life like that. And that is when we'll come back to this particular note in the end again, because if I forget, remind me. So that was the time when I sat down, I put pen to paper, and I wrote down a list of things that I want to be able to say about the life that I live, right? Like where I want to live, how I want to spend my time, what views do I want. I'm very big on views, if you can't tell already. Like views over everything else, views and vibes over everything else. So I made like a very basic list of everything I really, really want. Skills that I have, skills that I want to have, all of those things, right? And then I forgot about it for some time, right? But this feeling like just, oh, the grr was in me. And my hee wasn't around. So weeks later, I quit. I quit my job. I did not have a plan. And this picture says, cut me some slack. This is actually from my last job. I got a bunch of laptop stickers and it really says, cut me some slack. But I took this picture, but still nobody got the hint. So, so I quit. I did not have a backup plan. I did not have another job. I didn't even know what I wanted to do next. But the one thing I knew in life from this day onwards was this corporate scene is not for me. I don't want to get stuck in traffic. I don't want to wake up early in the morning if I don't feel like it. I want to start my day at 11 after I've had my chai and I've chilled with dogs and there's no traffic to get stuck in. Do you see how traumatized I am with the traffic? Yeah? Bangalore people?
Yes.
Yeah. So then I quit and I started to do all different kinds of things, which were largely just me chit-chatting with everybody I had ever known for the 12, 13 years of my corporate career, right? I had made friends in the corporate, basically. Like, even if there was a client and I chit-chatted with them for some time, they had ended up becoming a friend, and those are the people I went back to. And it was nothing to do with, oh, I'm looking for a job, this is my current CTC, this is my expected CTC, this is my notice period. There were none of these conversations. They were just like, dude, what's up? How are you? How's life? Right? Like, what are you up to these days? And in that whole process, I made my own checklist. And this was my new checklist. What I wanted from my life was childlike happiness, was peace inside and around, and passion. Passion was something I had consistently been chasing, and I kind of knew that because all my life I've been the person who doesn't know what she wants but she knows what she definitely doesn't want. I'm so proud of myself for saying that right. So I've always known what I don't want more than what I want, right?
Yeah.
And this probably was the one checklist where I knew that okay, these are the things I definitely want. And again, passion being one of the key points here, because I had come across so many people who absolutely loved their work, right? Who were not looking for work, who weren't getting stuck in traffic to go to their office. I wasted so much time being stuck in traffic. But again, like for people who find their passion in their work just comes to them. Like an interior designer would look at probably an empty wall and think of art. Arjun looks at leaves and finds like photography inspiration for his photos, right? Somebody looks at one vintage broken down car, a mechanical engineer, and they're like, oh, I can build this out of that. Like we saw one old car and he's like, I'm going to build a van in there. So I also wanted that. Like I wanted a job I'm very, very passionate about. I wanted to work on things that made me happy and not that angry that we spoke about. And this checklist also came without the consultation of any aunties. Yeah. So at this time, thank you guys. At this time, I had reached a point where nobody could tell me what to do, even if it's the right thing. Okay?
Nice.
And then one day, I had, I'll tell you about this also. I have to give you context. One second. Don't look at it.
One side.
See what?
With that, right. So with that, don't tell me what to do attitude, I started talking to people. I got a bunch of freelance gigs. I made just enough, like the same money that I would in my 9 to 5 in the last one. But I also had like 20 hours that I could do whatever I wanted with, right? Because all the important work was done in 4 hours. And I could do it in my house. I could do it while dogs are sitting on my lap and both of us are looking at my laptop. I could be Netflixing and chilling and doing my work. And that's when I realized how much time I have wasted just not listening to myself, right? And in that process of talking to a bunch of people, just asking them, what are you building? Can I do this for you? Can I do that for you? I came across Divi, thanks to Angad. Give yourselves a high five, because thank you both. And even our chat, even my chat with Divi, it wasn't us pitching anything. We were just having a chat about what he's building and how I can help in that. And that made me so happy. There was no discussion of a CTC, of like a date of joining. Of course, date of joining came later because both of us got massive zoomies after we decided we're going to do this.
Yeah, 100%.
But in that conversation, it was just about, dude, who are you? What's your why? This is who I am and this is what I want to do. That's basically what the conversation was. And in 1 week, I went from, I don't know what my next step is going to be, I will see, go with the flow and all of that, to I'm going to a jungle. Which is what brings me to this slide, which you've never seen before.
Yes, never seen.
So I packed up my whole life of almost 17 years of living away from home, living in different cities, working in different places, setting up different homes. Packed all of that up in approximately 60 boxes. For proof, I really did pack my whole life up. And then I just drove to this jungle I had not been to before. I had no idea what it's going to be like. When I met Divi for the first time in person, was actually the first time I met Divi in person. And this was
Somehow we all understood.
This is because before this I only knew him through WhatsApp and video calls. That's what I meant. Okay, guys. Alright, so one dog packed in the car, one very concerned but supportive partner in the car, with mad playlist, and we drove down. The first time I entered this space is when I found out where I'm going to be living, what my new house is going to be like, what my new life is going to be like. And then I came here, and by then I had like a rough idea of what freedom and flexibility meant to me, and of course, money is a part of this checklist. Money is a part of the life, of course, but it wasn't really like there in my original checklist where I just wanted something I'm passionate about and I wanted peace of mind, right? So initially, this is basically my life before I owned my time and my life after I owned my time, right? Before, money was the scoreboard, because if you're not making enough money, you're just failing in life, right? If you're not getting those increments and if you're not getting those promotions, what are you doing with your life? Do better, right? And now money for me is enough to not be stressing about. It's not something that I need to chase. And honestly, it took me a while to figure it out when people are like, stop chasing it, it'll come to you. That is what happened. Like, I was just like, I don't want money. Like, fuck money. And then it found me. Freedom earlier was that feeling of dread kicking in on a Sunday night, because Monday you have to get stuck in traffic, right? Now, freedom is I wake up when I want to. And flexibility, finally. Flexibility was just like, okay, instead of punching in at 9 o'clock, you can punch in by 9:30. Okay, that's the flexibility I lived with before. And now flexibility is, of course, dogs will be chilling on my couch or going for a walk, taking a call.
Yeah.
Because why not? Because I can, and I did it. And also this flexibility, the morning and all of this is not just something on paper. That's like a random Tuesday at Jungli. That's my real life now, right? I know it must be all like, oh my god, so cool, how you do this? So Instagram, right? Oh my god, she's so cool. Who said that? So basically, two ways to do it. Here is the how for anybody who's looking for a how to do this. There are two ways in, right? One, I don't know how it works for other people. The way I looked at it was, one was for my introverted self, the other one was my extroverted self. I tried the introverted way first, where I didn't want to talk to too many people. I didn't want to keep like pitching to people, all of those. And these were job boards and all of those things, right? So I applied. I got my profile on Upwork. And how much time do we have? Or can I just like send it? Because I have to tell you guys this really funny story.
You're doing fine, go ahead.
Okay. So I applied for jobs. I looked for nothing related to any of my skills from the corporate job on Upwork. I was looking for random things. I was like, okay, virtual assistant, okay, deck maker, stuff like that. And then I stumbled upon this one thing called an accountability coach, the role. I applied for a job and it was a legit job. What I'm about to tell you is an actual job posting. I wish I would have taken a screenshot of that. Basically, the job was to call some guy in the US to wake him up on time. I'm not even kidding. So this was a three-day job. The trial was a 3-day thing, for which I had to record a mock wake-up call.
No way.
That's how I missed the deadline, because I tried so hard, to be assertive yet not aggressive.
Can you show us? How did you wake him up?
I did, because I didn't record it, right? And there was an example also.
Right.
So basically, wake him up, make sure that when he wakes up, he's not looking at his devices. But you have to wake him up using your phone. Okay? and this is a real job. So this whole job description was about 5 paragraphs. After every paragraph, it said in all caps, this is a real job. If you think this is a joke, please do not apply. After every paragraph, and I'm not even kidding, this is real.
So funny.
And then again, the second part of this job was in the end, at night, like whatever XYZ time, you have to call the guy again and be like, put your devices away. In half an hour, you have to go to sleep. That was the job, and I was going to make $9 a day on that.
Wow.
Yeah. Thanks. So, I I tried all of those things, right? And then I got bored because no people. I also realized early on I'm not somebody who can sit in front of a laptop and work, no matter how much you pay me to do that. So I went the second route, where I spoke to everybody I had ever worked with, all the friends I had made in the industry, all different industries, people who were building certain things. And I just went with a simple question, dude, what are you building? How can I help? These are the things I can do. Okay, like, do you want help? Do you need somebody to do recruitment for you? Do you need someone to find you people who can, build your company? Stuff like that. Everything related to the 12 years of corporate that I had been a part of. And that's basically how I also got all the other gigs, right? That's how Jungli happened. That's how my previous, the few freelance gigs before Jungli also happened. And that's another way to kind of go ahead and do it. Just talk to your friends, talk to to the people in your network. See if they know someone who's building something, and you can contribute. Look at it from a contribution, from a health point of view. And that's the place to get started. And also remember, I'm very proud of this one statement: your network is your net worth.
Nice.
Remember that. Cash in on it, guys. Alright, these are just some numbers so that everybody knows that there is a lot of potential. You're not late, you're not early, you just have to kind of decide that, okay, this is the life I want to build. The infrastructure is there, the opportunities are there, you just got to go tell yourself that, yes, I'm ready for this, let's do this. Alright? I'm not going to read the numbers, I'm not a numbers person.
What does it say though? What are the numbers like?
Okay, it says there are 43 million digital nomads worldwide right now. In India, it might feel like digital nomadism what? But just zoom out and see that is the way of the future, that is the way everybody is going. The boundaries are not really being boundaries anymore, right? And 49% of the digital nomads are somewhere between 30 to 39 years old. I think some part of this gang is here as well. And 74% of the companies offer permanent remote roles. There are 21 million people more who kind of want to become digital nomads, right? So there are opportunities, there are people who are willing to do it. Probably just start collaborating, finding your kind of people, finding communities that kind of help this collaboration. So, that brings me down to my 3 takeaways from whatever my life has been so far. And also not AI. I don't know if you guys can see it, but this is dogs. Dogs is a little hard to spot usually. So, dogs and me chilling in Bagicha, in Jungli, and getting some work done. Right? So all of this is very much real. You can have it too. Talk to me afterwards, I'll tell you how. Alright, so the 3 takeaways. First is don't rush, but get going. So rushing in this case would refer to quitting your job tomorrow. Don't do that. And then like panicking and calling me 6 months later that, bro, now what do I do? But get going in the sense, write down your skills, write down what you want to do. Oh, I remembered. So the journal entry, the list that I made in the beginning of my talk, remember I was telling you guys to remind me. So that basically said, and I'm not making this up, I didn't want to put a screenshot of that because it had other things also. So basically what it said was, I don't want to live in a big city, I want to live in a forest / on a mountain that has Wi-Fi. I make X amount of money and I don't want random people around me. That was my journal entry.
Crazy.
And look where we are, guys.
Yeah, man. That's awesome.
In less than 4 years. In 4 years. Alright, you got to find out what works for you, right? Like it can probably be, I don't want to talk to people, for you guys, for some of you, right? It can be, I only want to talk to people. Whatever it is, I don't want AI, I want art, anything. So just sit down with yourself, take some time. It is not a one-day activity for sure. Take some time, make that list of things you really, really want in your life. The way you like zoom out and look at yourself doing things that you really love and write down the things that make you happy. Alright? And live in your own head. Forget about what people are going to say. They will say some shit anyway because that's their life. Right? You live your life according to what you want to do, what makes you happy, and define your own terms. You don't have to live by. Also, disclaimer, if anybody's parents come after me, I'm just going to be like, bro, I was just telling my story. Don't quote me on this. Alright? Nobody quote me on this. Okay? And, oh, okay. Yeah, it's
I'm ready.
good. Okay, cool. Alright, so to further my point of like there is no one way of doing it, these are 4 examples of Junglis, right, who I have met over here. One is taking her photo of her photo. These 4 people, I mean, these are some of the people who've kind of built their lives on their own terms. So Anne, she, of course, how many of us know Anne over here?
Aneshwari.
Aneshwari. Yeah, she just went for a trek also with Mohan. So Anne basically works as a software developer for the money, and she's very, very passionate about music. So she makes music on the side. Like her side gig is the main gig, basically. Okay. Then this is Laksh. He's a very, he's a brilliant storyteller. He loves telling stories, and now he does that for a living. And he travels the world doing just that, right? He just honestly tells stories. That's his work, that's his life, that's him. Then we've got Ishika. Ishika also in the house. This crazy girl loves to travel and just jugadify things and make something out of that, right? And she's made a life out of it, not just a profession. This is who she is. She will travel, she'll find cool things, and then she'll share them with the world. And of course, make money with it.
Yeah.
And then we've got Megha. Where's Megha? Megha works remotely, travels when she feels like, doesn't travel when she doesn't feel like. So that's also living her life on her own terms. Right?
Absolutely.
So basically, again, no one right way of doing things. It's only your way of figuring your life out. Nobody else is going to do that for you. And it's the last one?
Yeah.
Alright. I'm going to leave you with one thing and one thing only. Listen carefully, and I hope it is. And I hope it's very serious, guys. It's
Very
serious. Very serious. I'm going to leave you with this one last thing. I hope it stays with you guys forever. Oh, sorry, this is not the one last thing. 1 second. Basically, before the one last thing, the second last thing is don't be scared to fuck around, find out. Alright? You've got to fuck around, you've got to find out for yourself on your own. Alright? And now the last thing. Love your job. Yeah.
Don't face your fear! Don't crack your finger!
That's my time! Thank you very much. Thank you.
Don't love the job you love. Don't crack your finger. Anyway, moving on. Guys, what an epic story. I've always been so inspired by Geetika's personal brand, the journey she's been on, and I really wanted her to get up and tell it in all of its glory, and you nailed it, dude. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
We have a podcast also recorded with Geetika telling this story to inspire other people to find their niche in the world and turn resume into resonance. And between us, do you think that Geetika is International Nomad Festival speaker material?
Yeah!
Right?
Yes!
Right. Chai's coming. That's what we've been saying. So we're gonna try and get her out there. Yeah, Batsko's coming. All sorts of things coming. Guys, we have time for one question for Geetika. Does anyone want to ask this amazing human who's been on such a journey anything?
So no questions, that's great. I'll see you outside.
Gotcha.
When we come as interfering with your day-to-day routine,
You cannot interfere with my routine even if you tried. I make time for everybody I talk to or chill with. I make time, but then I always have my time sorted. It is separate. It is very much there no matter what. My time.
Nice. Love that. Can confirm. Yeah, sure. Tell me, Vinny.
How do you deal with your folks?
Oh.
That's a very good question.
Well, initially I dealt with them very, very nicely and by the book. Now I just traumatize them. So they kind of have to deal with me. So I just, yeah. I'll give you details later if you want.
Epic. Awesome, guys. Definitely catch Geetika. Tell her about yourself, your life, your skills, and I'm sure she's going to be able to help you to, find your niche in the world.